Let's take you back to one of our developing stories. This Tuesday, 3 commuters have been killed, 12 others seriously injured after the bus they were traveling in crashed off a bridge on the R102 near oThongathi. That's where we find SABC News reporter Mlondi Radebe, who joins us now live. And Mlondi, that scene has been active for quite some time now. What are you able to see?
Thank you very much, Ayanda. We're here in oThongathi where the accident happened in R102. But we did get the information that 3 passengers passed away when the bus crashed this morning. Also 12 of them were taken to hospital. But we still believe that there's also one that is still entrapped in the wreckage of the bus. We'll just speak to Ndabe Zintlesibia from the Department of Transport just to get the understanding of the accident scene. Ndabe, thank you very much for your time. Briefly about this accident.
Well, thank you very much. Very early this morning, I think around 6:30, apparently, the bus traveling, towards south, obviously taking, passengers to work, some of the passengers to work. According to the report that we've received from the highly efficient team from Road Traffic Inspectorate, the driver experienced brake failures and he was speeding. As he was trying to avoid the traffic that was obviously stationed there, he veered off the road and unfortunately he then plunged down more than 50 meters down the embankment. Sadly, 3 people died. As you can see at the back, the rescue operation is underway. There's 1 person who was trapped. 12 other people were injured. They've been taken to hospitals. It's an integrated approach. As you can see, we've got the K9 unit from the SABC, we've got the Metropolis, we've got the disaster management teams, we've got the Road Traffic Inspectorate, just coordinating with the emergency medical rescue services, to rescue, those that were injured. 1 person, is still, trapped there, as we indicated. But very sad, the MEC, Sponsor Duma, is actually making his way here. He was in the meeting early this morning, so he's coming here just to be part of, the operation.
Is there any basically indication of who were these people traveling in this bus, or have they been identified by the families?
For now, what we know is that they are from Ward 62 here in Thongathi, in Ward 62. Some are in hospital, so we are still getting reports from our team. We've got a roving team that MEC Mtombeni has assigned to be part of the entire operation, so that we are closer to the families. We get the right information that we can communicate. So we are not going to be disclosing the identity of the victims because there are consultations with the families. We've just interacted with some of the family members. MEC is coming here as he has pronounced that we need to be closer to the families. We need to inspire hope for a better future even during times of distress.
Thank you very much, Ndabe, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Ayanda, as you could see in your screen, Ayanda, this is the accident scene. The bus is down on this river. It crashed in the bridge over there when the bus was traveling from the other side of oThongathi to town, transporting passengers who were believed to be going to work in the early hours of this morning. And this accident have left the area of people from this area are shocked about this accident because they don't believe how did the bus crashed into the bridge down the embankment. But Ayanda will keep you posted with this accident as we'll try and get some more details also from the rescue teams down there, if they could speak to us and tell us more about what have basically been happening. But we are told that 12 passengers were taken to hospital and 3 died. Back to you in studio, Ayanda.
I think there's so much more to be said about what's taking place, so we're going to stay with you for as long as we can. If you're able to paint the picture for us about just how disruptive all of this has been to the flow of traffic around the R102. There were initial, advisories issued out that motorists should avoid that route.
Yes, Ayanda, the motorists have been advised to use alternative routes, not using the R102 because the traffic has been backed up from where we are. back to the oThongathi town, because at the first report in town, the traffic officers are there to try and control the traffic that is coming this side. And also we're told that on the other side, the traffic is also backing up, and residents are basically urged to not to use these roads. The people that you see over the bridge, the firefighters as well as the residents of this area, some of them, they've just basically left their work to try and see if these people are related to them, because they also worried about what happened this morning. But with that said, Ayanda, I think you also see that the stretcher now is being pulled back to the bridge, because they also trying to get as whatever they can get from the bus, because at this point in time they are not sure whether they've been able to take the person that was trapped from this bus. But we'll wait and see. I end up back to you in studio for now.
Mlondi, once again, we're going to try and stay with you if we can. Is there any kind of word from officials about what the strategy is? I imagine, of course, the work now begins to also try get that bus out of that embankment. It seems like quite a difficult task at the very least.
At this point in time, they've not indicated for us when are they going to be getting the bus from here. But what we know is that a tow truck will come and to try and pull the bus, so that they can also check under the bus if there's no one that has been basically trapped on that side, because at this point in time it's still not clear whether there is a passenger that was also affected when the bus basically plunged into this river. But we'll try and speak to the residents of this area just to get the feeling in relation to what is happening. Sawona sacela ukukhuluma nawe nje bhuti wami, ukuthola nje ukuthi mhlambe lengozi uzwe kanjani ngaye wena ekseni, nokuthi mhlambe uhlala kuphi nendawo.
Ngihlala khona la emagwaveni mina, ngizwe nje ngesireni bingapheli indlela ebikhala ngayo. So ngathi before ngiphume endlini kwathiwa sekuwe ibhasi yaseBabris noma ngithi yaseNewtown ngoba asebenza ngalawo mabili. So angazi abantu abashonile ukuthi ngabo bani noma bangaki, kodwa ngibonile abanye besakhishwa ibhasi ingaka amini bengakapheli bonke la phakathi. Yebo.
Mhlambe ngabe kukhona mhlambe ulwazi onalo ukuthi mhlambe labantu njengobosho ukuthi baqhamuka eBabris, ngabe mhlambe bekuyiwaphi?
Into engiyaziyo ibhasi yasekuseni le ijwayele ukuphatha abasebenzi, angazi noma izingane zesikole bezikhona yini, kodwa nje ilokho engikwaziyo.
Mhlambe nomphakathi nisithatha kanjani isigameko esehlile?
Isigameko sishaqe kakhulu and asikakatholi ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakaleni yonke into yabo. So njengoba singakahambi la mhlambe kunemindeni yethu nabafowethu nakho konke yabo, so yilokho.
Siyabonga kakhulu bhuti wangu usikhathi.
Siyabonga.
He's mentioning that as the community, they are still worried because they don't even know who the passengers were inside the bus. Also, the fact that this bus is transporting the residents that are coming from Babris to town. Mostly of them, it used to be workers, but he is not sure if there's also learners who were basically traveling during that time, because you know very well that in the morning everyone is going to school, some are going to work and others are traveling. But we're not sure at this point in time, what will happen to this accident. But as you can see in your visuals there, we see that the search and rescue teams and the K9, they are trying just basically to pull the body to a stretcher so that they can take it to the bridge and put it in the morgue van on top of that bridge. But we are still waiting to get an update from the search and rescue teams as well as the paramedics that are here in relation to what is the next step from now to basically to where are they sending the 12 where the 12 patients were sent to which hospitals. Maybe later on we can go and speak to them. Back to you in studio, Ayanda.
Yeah, and Mlondi, for people watching throughout the country, help us just place that route where you're at, the R102 in oThongathi in the north of Durban. How prone is that area to accidents like this, or are you finding that this really is a bit of an exceptional moment, for lack of a better term?
And this basically this area is between, as I said, that it's between oThongathi and basically the areas that are coming from the Babris. Is the area that basically it got some factories, and you'd remember that as the person that you spoke to said that these people were traveling to work. It's clear that these people were traveling to these factories around this area, so that is why you see most of the residents have just come out to come and see if their basically colleagues or relatives are part of they basically were involved in this accident. But we'll wait and try and get some more information in relation to those details for now. But for now, what we can say is that about the families are still gathering here. Others, when we arrived, some who did try to speak to, who was telling us that he's basically a relative or a person that they live with in the yard was also part of this accident, but she did not want to speak to us, saying that she is not basically authorized to speak to us for about the accident.
Sure, fair enough. And of course, Mlondi, it's still very early stages of what took place there. I imagine part of what a lot of people are going to anticipate is word from the bus company that's involved in this particular crash, especially because we're hearing that the tyres appear to be in good condition. It raises all manner of other questions about what might have led to this.
I think Ndabezindlesbia did mention that the preliminary report they have is that the bus was speeding. Also, the brakes failed when the driver was trying to apply them, and that is why the accident, basically the bus crashed into the bridge.
Right, which will raise questions, for example, about the bus's maintenance program, if things like the tires are faulty, etc., etc. Are you able to see which brand of bus company this might have been, Mlondi, and tell us a bit more if you know about it?
Yes, I think we'll try and basically zoom to the bus, even though it's not clear whether is it a reddish or, but because of the seat that is put over that bus, but it's just a blue, a reddish, a yellow bus that is here. I think from where we are, you can also see that also the tires of that bus, it seems as if they were already basically worn out, because the treads on those tires you could vividly see. But we'll wait for the transport department to give us details in relation to the condition of that bus, as well as if the owners we can speak to, because at this point in time you couldn't even see the number plate, so that we can use that number plate to try and get details of the owner of this bus to be basically that will be able to assist us in relation to the conditions, as well as how roadworthy was the bus that was traveling on the R102.